Lower end bikes, technically, there's not a whole big difference in them.
Well, we touched on this slightly, but again, I would definitely say that our tube sets, our frame sets, we're not using straight gauge tubing in that price point, and a lot of people are. I would say 90% of the people are. Secondly, we're not just taking a girl's frame or size and putting a gigantic handlebar on there, and we're actually using smaller components. We're using, gosh, I don't know how many different sizes of handlebars in our road bikes.
Yeah, they do. They have shallower,
all incremental,
shallower drops, shorter reaches, and the bars are narrow widths that the ladies. But the only thing really different between men and women, they're all different heights, legs and torsos. But the shoulder width and fingers are pretty much the only thing. So yeah, and then you have a women's specific saddle on the ladies' frame, so that's nice. It's got the pressure relief, and I don't Specialized the only other ones that come stock on a bike other than like Perry.
I was just going to say that Specialized is the other company that's done an excellent job with the women's specific saddles. We obviously we used to offer a women's package back before people were even doing this. We offered a women's handlebar seat. Now it's all inclusive. We just offer as much custom. We have a full line of women's bikes. And
Kudos on the 4-position stem this year too. That was very smart for them to do. Because it's really nice with Specialized. It's a great sales point, and that's one of my sales points over. Because I know Cannondale didn't have a 4-position stem on their bikes this year.
There's just a lot of
or the Giants or the
a lot of attention to detail. We had a gal actually help market our bikes and actually design some of our bikes. I mean, it really is important. But and then again, to get someone out the first time on a bicycle, the Z40, they may try a Z40, but then I think it's really easy to upgrade women. Maybe a model up. I always like to try to upgrade them.
Well, they're not in yet. They're still waiting for them to come in.
Yeah.
The 30s.
Yeah.
Or the
That bike
35s.
hasn't made it in yet, so.
That's the white one, I'm waiting. But that green 25 sat for a couple of days and it was sold. And I just got the fork replaced on that one last night. I had a cracked steer on it. They had a recall, but.
And also find ourselves, when we get into a pinch, a lot of women will come in, depending on how they're built, and they even I'll sell a lot of Z100s to women. Again, you may have to do a little tweaking with the seat and the handlebars stem, but those seem to work really well too. Hopefully that answered your question. As far as, and again, comparing our products to other like Trek and such. I do know, I think at least for a while, they weren't using.
That's last one I sat it for a couple of days.
They're using straight gauge tubing in a lot of instances. So again, it comes down to the ride. I think after the dust settles, you have to just put the consumer on the bicycle and say, look, just ride this bicycle. You're going to love the way it rides.
And we're doing lifetime guarantees on the frame.
Yeah.
Well, one thing that I've been